Hello, my name is Kerrioth, and today we are going to do our normal Monday ramble. I realise it's a bit later than I usually upload these, but stuff happens. This is the Sunday the 8th preview, as you can see on the screen right now. Hopefully this week we're going to try and get back into more of a normal upload schedule. I know things have been a bit sporadic with my current health issues, but we're getting there slowly but surely, improving like every other day, maybe, and then taking like 2 steps back. But it's fine. Let's have a look at what we've got for this Monday ramble. As you can tell, significantly Blood Bowl is what we've got. Significantly Blood Bowl? That wasn't even a proper sentence. Anyway, so there is going to be the new Blood Bowl box set. Now, I'll be honest, I both do and don't like this. The only reason I don't like it is because I want it. I just want it. I don't even do Blood Bowl. I don't know why I want this as much as I do. But a little part of me is like, well, it's the second season. It's 2 new teams. It's a big box that you could buy and paint and learn to play. And you've played Blood Bowl on the PC, and surely it'd just be better than that. I mean, it would just be better. It'd be more fun. I mean, look at the quality. The models look great, so surely this time it would be worth getting into it. But that way madness lies, because that's how I feel about most of these things. And if I actually did follow through on my ridiculous impulses in terms of purchasing tiny plastic soldiers, I would have even more of an absurd backlog than I already do. So no, I'm not going to. Unless I actually end up doing it, but that's fine either way. So, we have the Imperial Nobles team. Now, we've been through these models before, but I will say once again that these lads are quality. Also, if you're up for a bit of a challenge and you want a truly glorious, spectacular Imperial Guard regiment, then surely these fine gents right here, they would do the job. Look at them. Imagine the planet that these lads came from. Imagine the accent that they'd have. It's so bad how tempting that would be. Can you imagine the amount of finery that you'd be able to put all over their tanks? I mean, we immediately got away from the fact that it's Blood Bowl, and I'm immediately talking about converting them into ridiculous Imperial Guard regiments. I totally would, though. Unlimited budget, I'd be all over that, like you wouldn't even believe. They are really fun models. That is the thing I like about Blood Bowl so much, and I think the thing that is, obviously, when I say missing from like 40k, not so much Age of Sigmar, because Age of Sigmar has got all your loon spite gits and all of that stuff, but Blood Bowl, it feels like there is like a not expectation of silliness, but you can do things that have that hint of ridiculous, of intentionally comedically silly. Like, these are cool models, but look at the number of feathers. Look at the gut on a couple of the lads. There are deliberately silly things going on, and I love it. I love it because for some teams you've got that kind of thing, and for others they're pretty straightforward. They're pretty like straight-faced. Example being these orcs. Now, the orcs themselves are all business. They are all business, they're also all muscle, and they are all armour. They look absolutely solid. Those are some quality orc models. And yeah, when you look at the little gobbos, the little grots with them, there's that little bit of silliness back again. You got one of them holding like a bug in his hand. You've got a weird helmet on one. You've got like one boot on some of them. There's like a nice mix of styles, but for some reason, I think just because it's Blood Bowl, the serious orcs here, with their like brutal weapon on one guy, massive gauntlet on the other, an actual like ghoul speared through on his shoulder, they don't look out of place next to these lads. It just fits. It has this weird, cohesive style where you can get away with a bit of daft and a bit of silly on a grander scale than I think you can with a setting like 40k. And sometimes you just want that little bit of nonsense. It just rounds it all out sometimes. I'm just talking myself into getting this, aren't I? I'm talking myself into getting it. I need to stop. So yeah, Blood Bowl 2nd season. The models look quality. Contents of the box look pretty decent. And it's Blood Bowl. If you already like it, then the chances are you're going to want to grab them anyway. There's also the Wolfenburg Crypt Stealers. Again, going back to the idea of having something a bit silly. There's zombies, ghouls, wraiths, werewolves, and flesh golems. I don't know why I started to choke when I read flesh golems. I just had like a weird moment. This is, again, a great example. There's a bit of daft, but there's also some really cool stuff in here. The werewolves look great. Like, the flesh golems are actually kind of scary and a bit grotesque. But then you've got a full-on scarecrow with a pumpkin head. I mean, like, it's so... There's so many different things going on, but they all look good. Although I've got to say, the fact that these weren't released for Halloween is just baffling to me. Absolutely baffling. Why would you not release these for Halloween? It writes itself, doesn't it? Why wouldn't you do it? Little RIP markers. I mean, come on. How'd you miss that trick? Well, you probably missed it because they planned to release them for Halloween, and actually it ended up being everything pushed back because of pandemic and COVID and all of that nonsense. And, you know, it's probably... I reckon someone was like, okay, the schedule for this is perfect. We've got it. These lads, and the box itself, put them out, Halloween time, absolutely perfect. That would be a nice little boost for our Undead-themed Blood Bowl team. You know people will love it. And then the world collapsed, and then it was like, oh, a bit after. It's just as good, right? That's just as good. It's not, but it's probably not their fault either. So yeah, oh my god, I don't want it. I do want it. I don't want it. I do want it. Also, the Blood Bowl Spike magazine as well, if that's something that you're into. There's also Agorn the Squirrel. And he comes with a tree man. Obviously, you only care about the squirrel. The tree man is superfluous. You don't necessarily need him, but the squirrel is available with something to stand on if you so choose. I'm kind of going back and forth on the tree man, actually. I think I quite like it, but I also... I don't know. For some reason, I just want it to be taller. But then it would be ludicrous if it was really tall because it wouldn't fit in with everything else. So that's a non-legitimate complaint. Model-wise, I think it does look cool, but it just seems like it got little squat legs, you know? The squirrel is excellent, though. I'll give them the squirrel. There's also teams repackaged for the new edition. New edition of White Dwarf as well. Bit of yellow armour going on there. We'll just scroll over. Oh no, it's no timekeepers. I was just thinking, actually, the symbol on the shoulder is absolutely the most poorly drawn fist I've ever seen. And then I actually checked, and it says Tomekeepers. So, I mean, clearly these lads are word bearers, are they not? The Tomekeepers. Come on, Call. What are you doing? What is this about? The lad's got a massive book over his head. He's got another cult-looking fella with a book on the other side of him and in front of him. He's got a lad carrying books next to him. All right, I want my White Dwarf to arrive now so I can find out exactly how much of a bunch of religious zealots these guys are, because clearly there is some of that going on. They do look kind of cool, though, even if the armour is yellow. The colour of cowardice, let's be honest. So, from Forge World, there's also a Zote. So, Zotes are back at this point. We've got a 40k Zote, now we've got a Blood Bowl Zote. The fact that there is a Blood Bowl Zote makes my heart happy. Helps that it's also quite a cool model again. The grill across the face is excellent. Yeah, I quite like that. That's pretty well done. It gives a good feeling of not just motion, but about to get flattened by a massive Zote shoulder. Yeah, I quite like that. So, more Zotes. Just more Zotes in general. We'll just have more Zotes, please. Just bring them back as a separate army. There's also 2 new patterns of Christoris Knights. The Magara. Megara, however you want to pronounce it. Who cares? Who knows? And there's also the Styrics. Yeah, they're okay. I'm still not a fan of the claw. The claw, those have never looked all that good to me. The full size version looks a bit weird, and the mini one doesn't really look any better, to be honest. I don't know why. They just look like clunky beyond clunky. Like, I can kind of see how, an Imperial Knight fist, it feels like it would function. I just don't get the claw. Never really have. Also, of course, got offerings from Black Library, including Blood Bowl books. You've got Death on the Pitch, Extra Time, and then you've got the Blood Bowl Omnibus. There's also Ravener. So I have to admit, the re-release, the limited edition, has got quite the cool cover. I'll give him that. Does look pretty solid. Signed as well. There's going to be how many of these? 1,000, I'm assuming. Where does it say? I don't think it does say. It does not say. Okay, well, I'm assuming there's going to be very, very few of those. So if you want to get it, you'll have to get in quick. And you'll probably be left disappointed anyway. There's also Guns of Tanith as well. There's the Solar War. But most importantly, there's the map. The map. What an idea. I love it. I genuinely love it. Again, I'm assuming there's going to be 5 of these. Let's see, what do they say? Yeah, you can also keep track of Force Approach with this incredible map of the Sol system, as it was when the traders arrived. Doesn't say how many there are, but there's going to be very few of these. And once again, you're going to have to get in quick, because I predict that is going to absolutely vanish off the shelves, so to speak. The digital shelves will become empty super quickly. And I can kind of understand why, to be honest. That's pretty awesome. I don't massively go in for the collectible stuff, the limited edition things. It's never really been an aspect of the hobby that's bothered me too much when it comes to things like the books and stuff, because it's nice to have a nice book, but generally speaking, I don't have the space to store all of that stuff and all the models and all the guitars and the amps and all that. So it's it's nice to have, but I prefer other people who really are invested in that stuff to get them. That, though, that I do like a lot. Probably won't try and grab one. Leave them for the ones who want them fully to complete the collection. But yeah, I like that. That's cool. So there's also the 5th Gotrek and Felix Omnibus. There's inside 2 novels, 4 novellas, and a series of short stories, or a series of short stories if you prefer. And there's also 10 classic editions of Inferno available on a print-on-demand basis. Well, that's cool as well. Finally, we have got your stuff for Warhammer Live. Let's go back to our glorious, befeathered chaps up here. Look at them. Look at them go. Look at them go. What a bunch of absolute legends. So good. It's so good. They're so good. Anyway, that is what's coming up for pre-order next weekend. Is there anything in there that you are particularly looking forward to? Are you going to grab Blood Bowl? Are you going to resist the temptation? Are you just going to get get the new Undead team? If you are a Blood Bowl player, are you massively excited for it, or not too bothered? And also, how many of you want the map? Be honest. Be honest if you want the map. I won't have any lying. Don't claim that you're too cool for the map, but actually you want the map. You got to say if you want the map. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to click all the things, Patreon, video subscribe, all of that stuff. And of course, there is an affiliate link for Element Games in the description, which you can click if you like. It's not compulsory. It is not like the order given to Captain Foxton in the expedition of 1732 that was sent out to seal the shrine of the Dreaming Prince to prevent the further proliferation of psychic abilities amongst baseline humans. That is not anything like my link. My link, you can use it if you like. It's entirely up to you. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you for the next one.